Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Ori. Today is Monday. Happy Monday. Happy beginning of the week for everyone. And I am your host, Ori. Welcome to the Alchemy Food Network, where my platform is, and Dr. D's platform. This is her channel, this is her platform, and I ask everyone to log in. She has a lot of interesting topics and a lot of interesting shows and a lot of interesting menus. Okay, guys. Well, again, like I said, happy Monday. Hope everybody is well. I hope everything is going well with everybody. I can't complain. Everything seems to be wonderful this way. Today's topic that I want to touch on is the power of people. Now, sometimes when we are surrounded by people, friends, family, I don't know, partners or whatever, we tend to feel that we need to be co-signed. And on many occasions, many people feel like they need to be co-signed by their partners or whatever. And I think it's a learned behavior. I think it's a learned behavior from when you were young or when we were younger, and how our parents, put a lot of the stresses on. Boys were, when the father wasn't around, the boys, if it was to one boy or two boys, they let us know, you're the man of the house now. And that's a lot of responsibility to put on children. But it creates a certain learned behavior of discipline, where males feel that they can dominate women by downgrading them, by calling them names, by making them feel like they're less than, because it's easier for them to take it out on a woman than it is taking it out on a man. By doing research, and I mean research by watching people, observing them, being in situations where I see everything that goes on, because I do see everything. You can notice the tension on a person, and you can notice how there are so many people in the world that feel like it is necessary for them to be liked by everyone, to be accepted by their partners, to feel like, I owe my partner this, and I owe my partner that, and I owe my family this, that. You don't owe anyone anything. If you're in a relationship, you don't owe that to anybody. So you have to understand that in a woman's world, you have to be responsible for your finances and things, and you can't allow someone to try to move you in a way where it not that it's acceptable, but that it is necessary that you put in the pot along with them. I think that's all fine and good to a certain degree. Hey, Jason. But I think that, a woman should always have her own accounts. A woman should always have her own power, and the same with men. I think that you're old enough, or we're old enough, not to have to co-sign anything with anybody. I think that we are strong enough to be able to live our lives without it always having to be put on on a platform where we're always being judged, or we're always being asked, or we're always being made to feel like what we're doing is not the right thing, that we should be doing something else. There's a lot of twists and turns when it comes to people and their ideologies, when it comes to people and the way that they handle life, And one thing that I noticed is that, I think we all fall in that rut. I think I was in that rut a long time ago, and I know that I've chosen not to walk in that path because it's not. I spent too many years being angry and sad and emotional and always having to ask questions because I didn't like myself, or I didn't like something that was going on. But at the end of the day, these things are not that important as a lot of us think it is. It's really not important. The important key here is for you to understand that once you reach a certain time in your age, and a certain time and a certain age, you don't need to be co-signed. You don't need that. You have to learn to be an independent person and 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 be an individual with kindness and love and understanding, because that is what the teachings are about. The teachings all deal with love, understanding, caring, and appreciating. So, with that being said, I think a lot of us, we love what we do, we love everything, but we're just not satisfied. We're not happy with the way things are going in our lives. So it's easier to blame everybody else than to blame your own self. Now, this message you've heard before many times, but I think that people, or some people, like to be pushed around. Some people won't do anything unless you push them. Some people won't get involved with things because at the end of the day, they're depending on something that you are going to give them, or that you should be giving them. But would have, should have, could have. You don't owe anyone that. So whatever you've taught them, that should be enough for them to start learning how to change the things that are in the company. I think that with all of this change and all this growth and all these changes coming, or changes that are happening all over the world, we need to observe the people, the attitudes, the wants and the needs. Ask yourself, what is going on in reality? What's happening to this reality? Where is everyone going? Or where is everyone trying to get to? We have a lot to be grateful for in life. And sometimes one of the biggest things, and the hardest things, is the fact that we're not. We're not grateful, not just for one or two things, but we just don't seem to be grateful for a lot of things. I find that people can be like trucks, like big trucks. You have to know when and how to start them and make sure that everything is running okay. I think that's a very positive thing, but I also believe that there's so many things happening that when you try to look at things in a different way, you can't. You can't change what's happening to you, just like you can't change the person. You have to be the one to change, to make things better, to make yourself more appreciated. And this is going for both male and female. It doesn't just matter. I just want you guys to understand that You know, life is not as long as you think it is. You know, life is kind of short. And the fact that you have to answer to people, that is a no-no. So I just think that it's important that you focus and do things that you have to do. Now, as I think about these things and as I take this journey that I've been on for a while, I noticed that, you know, things come to the surface. A lot of things come to the surface. But a lot of things, although they come up to the surface, they're not being taken care of. You talk to someone for a few minutes, you give them advice, you want to help them, but then you say, well, you know, I'm not going to be bothered right now because of XYZ. That's not the key to save anything, your marriage, your relationship. It's not the key. So when I say about co-signing or needing approval, you don't need approval. You don't need approval from anybody. If you're an adult, you don't need approval from anyone. Only approval you need is the approval that you need to give yourself in order to move forward. The understanding to put into context that whatever you choose to do, no one should have the right to stop you. And if they're trying to stop you, then they don't belong in your life. So there's many variables that you have to look at. It's like a car engine. You know, today the radiator may break. Tomorrow the what do you call it? The catalytic converter can go. The starter can go. The wheels can go. I mean, there's always something. You know, why can't we just live this perfect life where everything is so perfect? Because, you know, everyday life becomes very hurtful. But then again, I feel as if, you know, we are so overly stressed about how we're going to do one thing, how we're going to handle another thing, and in what direction are we going. You know, maybe yesterday I would have said, oh, this is going really great. And maybe today I woke up and I said, you know, this may be great to a certain degree, but it really is not. So I'm giving you just food for thought because it's very important that you understand that when you're involved, you know, just because you're involved and you say, well, my spouse is my best friend. One, how corny is that? And two, if you have complaints about your partner, husband, wife, whatever, if you have complaints about him and you have to complain and constantly complain, then you should not put yourself in that situation. I don't think that we want to, but I think that as humans, that's uptaught behavior. I think that behavior is not a good behavior. I think that behavior is to instill fear in you, and there's no reason for that. There really is no reason for that. Now, today we're going to be working on a meditation, and this meditation is going to be about medicine.
Hello.
I'm here.
You're live.
I know. So I'm looking for something, and Man, I'm looking for something. I did not hang up on you guys. You guys see that I'm here. I'm just on my phone looking for something because the last time we spoke and I did a meditation, it seemed to be a little loud. And even though it was with water, I think that it was just loud. So I want to make sure that this one is not as loud. Let's see. Okay. This is the Om Namah Shivaya. Excuse me. Which I use to release a lot of things. And when we begin, I want you to take a deep breath, as deep as you can take it, and I want you to hold it. Now release it. Take a deep breath, and another deep breath, and release it. This chant, Om Namah Shivaya, is so that we can begin the healing. Not just the healing on ourselves, but also the healing in the world. There's too many things going on. There's too many too many negative things in our surroundings. So we need, you know, the energy of Lord Shiva to make sure that all things are starting to be removed. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Release. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in.
Can't hear you, love.
breathe out. You can't hear me? Breathe in.
I hear you a little bit. I don't hear the music either.
Breathe in. Breathe out. You hear me now? This basic meditation that we're doing is to heal our minds, our spirits, and our souls, and to detach from all people that think that we are obligated to them. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and continuous repetitions by breathing in and breathing out, by thinking of how the negative stuff that has made you sick or made you feel like there was something not right. Let it all go. Let it go, let it move, let it change. Let it become something else. And keep yourself breathing in and breathing out slowly. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathe in, hold it, release. Breathe in, hold it, release. This meditation that we're working on today is to fill in the void on a lot of things that is missing in your life. Peace of mind, tranquility, the uncertainty of relationships, or just friendships. That is what I call the God voice. Whether it's meditation, whether it's instrumental or not, it's the God voice that tells you, I set myself free. So just take a deep breath, close your eyes, count to 10.
Better.
It also has to do with the music. So now, as we step back into our own lives, into the patterns of our everyday struggles, let's keep one thing in mind. Let's keep in mind that there are a lot of things that are happening around us. But if you're not affected by it, there's nothing wrong with giving prayers of empathy or sympathy. You just have to open yourself up so that people can appreciate. Breathing in, hold it, and now breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out all the negative as much as you can. And then begin again. Breathe in, relax the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, so that you can continue on your journey. Breathe in,
Yes.
take a deep breath, and let go. Release it. The reason that I constantly tell you breathe in and then I tell you to release it is only so that you can get your mind, your body, and your spirit in unison. So it's in your spirit and your heart to fast or to do these things. So you take deep breaths. You hold them as deep as you can. Then you release them slowly. And although there's a lot of things happening in the world right now, like I said earlier, there's also a lot of good things coming for a lot of people this year. Which is very important that you be mindful of changes that are happening in the world and happening with you. And you ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I ready to do this? Am I ready to change? Am I ready to make things, different or right or wrong? Or however you want to feel that things are going. And then you start to release. Why? Because it is important that you know that by releasing, whether it's through meditation music or just sitting down by yourself, it is very important that you learn to respect yourself and love yourself overall. Breathe in and breathe out. Remember what I told you a while ago. You are responsible for your own happiness and you are responsible for your own downfall. So if you fall, technically it is your fault. And if you allow yourself to be victimized, it's also your fault. So you have to ask yourself, what role do I play in this? And then choose not to play it. There's a lot of people out there that need a lot of healing and are too afraid to talk to people because of what they've been told or how they've been raised. You always need somebody to talk to. Sometimes a perfect stranger is the best thing to do it. Let it go, release your mind, and just focus just on the breathing and nothing else. Take a deep breath, as long as you can take it. Then hold it. Hold it. Letting go. Almost like you're erasing everything from your past and even from your present. Things that you don't want to think about. The struggles you don't want to think about. Excuse me again. But think of things that you want to say, like, I set myself free and I'm happy and I'm free and I'm, whatever comes to mind. you speak it. But you never have to stop learning how to breathe, because that is important. Follow the beat of music. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Because, like I said, this is a cleansing ritual. This is to remove a lot of the toxicity within you and to move all the changes, to make things better for all the changes that you have made and the ones that you're going to continue to make. And that's why I always say breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Keep reminding yourself how important you are. Remind yourself what a good heart you have. Breathe in, breathe out. Time is it? Breathe in, Breathe out. And what we're focusing on is removing all the toxicity, all the pain, all the sorrow, all the dislikes that are happening around us and what's happening around the world. And we're asking for peace and tranquility, not just in our souls, but for everybody that's going through some emotional setback. I want you to take the deepest breath that you can, and I want you to hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And now let go slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is important that you get in touch with your own psyche. And as you're breathing in and out, you're telling yourself that I'm releasing all my negative karma and my negative thoughts and my negative ideas. And I am reprocessing them. Because I'm in the world, but I'm not of it, because you're choosing to be out of it. So just continue to take a deep breath and then let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. breathe in, guys. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Basically, the reason that you breathe in the positive air and you breathe out all the negative, all the problems, all the intense vibrations that are not good, you're getting rid of them. Imagine having a garbage can and you're dumping everything into that garbage can. And that is what we are praying for. That is why we chant for peace of mind. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out, and release. This meditation was simply for you to release a lot of the things that we carry every day. Not just me, the world. The world carries so much pain and sorrow, so many things that are on top of us, so many things that we carry that we may not understand why we carry it. Sometimes it's because it's a taught behavior, or sometimes it's something that you lived, or you saw, or you spend time with people who live their lives like that. Sometimes you just have to allow yourself to be seen and to be heard and to be understood. And I don't mean having the public like gawk on you and feel like you have to feel like you're always playing or competing or whatever. No, these are things that you're losing out, because if you are not strong enough to speak your mind or to let people know that they do not govern you, that you don't owe them, that you are not obligated to them, because we are not obligated to anyone except ourselves and the universe. So it's time that we actually start to look at that and start to enjoy, start to realize that the minute you stop making things an issue like money and or place, or and or your, car or whatever seems to be messing up, when you make it an issue, it's going to be a bigger issue. It's going to continuously become an issue more and more and more and more. You have to let go of that, because everybody has to take responsibility for their own things. We have to. We can't constantly blame other people for what we're going through. And I know how this feels, but I also know that it's very important that you do that you know in which direction you're going. And once you know that, everything else is easy peasy. You just have to want to continuously remove negative stuff. And there's, different ways of doing that. Sometimes what you need is, if you're going to school and you feel that you don't want to, And that's up to you. Up to you. But just remember that everything you do in life has an equal or greater karmic exchange. And there always has to be an exchange on things. Keep in mind as well that if you want vibrations to shift and become stronger, you have to be stronger. How do you become stronger? By becoming more disciplined, by becoming more loyal, by becoming a person with a lot of understanding. And you can't get there unless you have been either studying behind someone or that you decide, I want to grow. I want to grow and be something special. Because we're all special. Sometimes we just don't all feel that way. So you have to just understand that the life that we want for each other may be different for God, may be different for your powers that be, for the universe. Their plan for you may be different, way different than the ideas that you have in your head. Might not be quite the ideas of things that God has had prepared for you. So don't always believe that you have to let go of things, because you don't really have to let go of anything. You can still keep what you want and know by conversations, since you know this person, how it's going to be. Well, my time is up with you guys. I want Dr. D to go to commercial because there has not been any commercials. Last week we didn't, the week before we didn't have any commercials. Oh wait, how do you decide if it is an equal exchange? Nicole asked. Well, an equal exchange, it's either well, it depends on what you're talking about. An equal exchange for business, for work, or is it an equal exchange of karma? What do you want to, if that's what you're asking, if it's karma? Because if you're dealing with equal exchange, it's a balance. Okay, it doesn't matter if I give you something that's worth $50 and you give me something that costs $2. That's an equal exchange. But when you're dealing with karma, you need to go down memory lane and you need to start realizing the things that you've done and the things that you're doing and the things that people have done to you that has gotten you so angry. You have to think about all those things and understand. Services for energy work. Oh, and understand that there is a greater, an equal or greater karmic vibration. But equal exchange for people who work as white lighters, you pay for your time. People have to pay for your time. It's one thing to pay for your time, it's another thing for you to exploit them. People need to pay for their time because the same way they can go out and get their nails done and their hair done, they can pay for using your vibration. Now the key is you have to know what you have to do to remove the vibration. That's why we have spiritual baths to remove, or spiritual soaps to remove negative vibes from us so that we don't fall into that and keep falling into it. So just keep in mind that a lot of things that are shifting because they need to shift. And the shift is not always going to be fair. Sometimes the shift is going to be negative to you, and although you have been a very positive person, it just might get over, and that's what you want to avoid. Okay. So, is there any more questions?
No, that's it.
Okay. You don't go to commercial.
Okay, commercial. Ori Intuitive Life Coach. Ori's books can be found for a reading 561-810-0566-561. Coffee with Ori on Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Just
Dr. D, Biofeedback, Reiki, Muna Aiki, Ionic Detox, Personal Steams. These are available for Dr. D from Food Alchemy Network. Dr. D, Metaphysician, Crystal Work, Color Therapy, Visual Therapy, as doula. We are back with our guest. Your camera's off, love. Hello. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for the show. Thank you.